I'm hideous.
All right, we're alive, and I think we opened with you being hideous. Hey guys,
Hell
have
yeah.
you ever had just a glass of pineapple juice, like sitting out on your porch, and thought, you know what? I'm not going to be here forever because I'm immortal and made of flesh. I'm amoral and made of flesh. Because I do that all the time.
I am only amoral and
I'm,
made of flesh.
I am made of all entirely amoral flesh. That's
I'm a
exclusively the
mural.
flesh that
Mhm.
defines
Yeah.
me.
I
Welcome
should
to
not have gotten this, but I did.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair. Welcome to Tall Tales, the show where we flounder about for 15 minutes and then tell a story that's not very engaging. Without further ado, I think we can kind of just jump into it and see where this episode leads. First of all, I will ask the chat for a character motivation. That's pretty much all we need. We just need the party to want something. I'll describe the setting, and then you guys will introduce your characters, and we'll go from there. You all find yourself in a spooky dark forest, arguably the spookiest dark forest. One of you saw an owl when you walked in. It's made entirely of dead trees. Mist lingers over a bunch of tombstones. No one knows why they're here. You'd think the roots would interfere with the burials, but they're here nonetheless. And as we observe this gloomy scene, a couple skeletons run by playing with a wheel. They're like putting a stick in it so it goes faster. We pan down to one of the characters, if any of you would like to introduce yourselves.
I will go first. Howdy, how's it going? My name is Davy Chappie, and tonight I will be playing the role of Ooze Magooze, the 1% of germs that Lysol can't destroy.
Oh God, that's incredibly powerful.
You have unionized into one
Yep.
person.
And we are one congealed mass of amoral flesh.
Why have you found yourself in this eerie woods?
I saw an owl. My inevitable goal is to find all the other 1% of germs that Lysol can't destroy and continue to get bigger until I'm just the world
Just
and
the
no
blob.
Lysol can't destroy me.
Wow.
You'll need Claritin Clear.
You'll be able. That's horrifying.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Another one of you is walking through this forest, through these woods, and you spot this giant congealed mass.
I am Clapclopper. I am a human with a head of a horse. It was a complicated union between my mom and my dad. I am here to find my calling as a shepherd in the forest.
And the last of you is stumbling about a half mile away through the forest, screaming.
I am Mario Sack playing the role of Flem the fairy. He's about 3 feet tall, has troll doll like hair. It's bright blue, and he's here looking for thrills. He's escaped death once, and now he hungers for its embrace again.
All right. You're looking for thrills, and boy, have you found them. You're being chased by a giant owl who wants to eat you in one bite. The other two of you, as you accidentally stumble upon each other, hear this screaming in the distance of the woods. It sounds like a banshee.
An oozy ear will grow over my congealed mass to represent me hearing something.
What the fuck is that?
You see this person pull up like in a cartoonish skid and stop right next to you and whisper into your ear. What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna the puddle that is me is gonna congeal upwards and point an arrow towards the source of the noise.
Okay.
Uh,
You're pointing to the
Flem will-
character next to you.
Good. Tell me more.
They have fully stopped. Their feet are about a foot deep in the mud, and you see in the distance this massive, shadowy figure swooping very quickly and silently after it.
I do enjoy swooping.
What do you guys do?
So, we heard this banshee scream, correct?
Yes.
Flem is going to look in that direction and start fluttering that way. This little glitter sprinkle trail following behind him.
Okay. You just immediately start floating away from the other two.
Clopper will follow. He's as fast as human and smart as a horse, so he can find his way.
All right, beautiful.
Wait a minute. Feels backwards.
Okay.
Where are you going with your sparkly ways?
Could I get those names and again?
Oh, yeah, hold on. Here,
Yeah.
I'll give you. Oh, I'm just gonna rename myself.
Clopper, what do you look like again? I'm sorry, I was trying to find a motivation, but there aren't any good ones.
It's not good motivation.
No.
There we go. I have renamed my character.
Oh yes, I will rename myself as is necessary.
Yeah. So as I run, I do the clapping with my mouth and my hands because I don't have hooves.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As I go.
So he's just clapping as he's moving along.
Wait, are you just a guy? Is this
I am a guy
just
with
a guy?
I'm a guy. I have a horse head. Look, my dad was a centaur.
Oh, you're BoJack. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
my
yeah.
my
Alright.
dad
I
was
just
some.
forget his name.
My mom was a horse. My dad was a minotaur, and I ended up looking like this somehow.
Oh.
That's a retentive gene thing, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, in order to follow along, I'm going to shape into the facsimile of a car, and then my oozy wheels will just start spinning as I move at the speed of a normal person.
Okay, and
Transformer.
Flem, you're a little fairy character. What was your notable trait that I forgot?
I look like a troll doll.
Oh,
I
okay.
have big blue hair, and
What a
these,
team.
he has bright blue wings, and
You're
he's
a
wearing
team.
a outfit similar to the Pied Piper.
Okay. All of you begin chasing after this noise. I need everyone to make perception checks.
Shit, I forgot we roll in this game. One sec. Dice.
Ooh,
Hold on.
that's a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Binocular, like one of those. You know when you're on a hill and you've got that like binocular machine? I don't know what it's actually called.
I have no idea. Oh,
oh
the
my
like,
God.
Yeah. The one that you like put a quarter
yeah,
into.
Yes.
paper.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, one of those is gonna like form out and look around, and I roll a 12.
Okay. All of you completely lose track of this noise, and the person has clearly died. You
Nailed it.
suddenly remember why you're here. Flem, you specifically are looking for a hag who has the cure to your father's disease.
Oh, that's right.
Clap Clopper,
Oh.
you woke up drunk here. You don't know why you're here. Ooze
Normal day for a man horse man.
It's those horse tranks, man. They really get you.
Are you more man than a horse, or more horse than a man?
I would say 75-25. I'm more human than horse.
Wait.
I am full on horse on the
75%
inside.
man, 75% horse.
Yeah.
That doesn't have.
All right, give me just a second. We got our first donation from
Ooh.
Zoneri, who I think was here last episode. Thank you very much for donating.
Yes, he was. He's one of my regulars, actually.
Oh,
So, hyped to Zoneri.
thank you for sharing your
Hell yeah.
generosity, Tabby.
Yeah, my
Thank you.
generosity is what this was. Correct. Glad that it has been acknowledged is what you should be.
Yes. The outcome that we received is the party learns a secret. Ooze McOoze, Ooze Magooze, there's another reason that you're in these woods. It's not just to expand your mass. You know something about this place.
What do I know?
What do you know?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You do?
Let's see. I need to look something up real quick. Just
Okay.
Secret of the Ooze.
all right. I know that Dawn Cleaning Supplies
Okay.
is about to release a new type of washing thing that will guarantee to kill 100% of germs. and I cannot allow this to happen.
And as the three of you are talking this kind of off-screen thing, we realize you notice Flem is talking about curing their dad, and there's this hag, this witch that hangs out in these woods that's supposed to know the cure. This witch is very familiar with cures even to microbacteria. You think maybe she's part of the research team that's in development of this. 100%
Yeah, so this witch is gonna cure like
She could be
100% of the
Dawn
germs.
herself.
Dawn the witch.
this is so Flem turns to Clap as he's realized that he has company with him, and he just decides to make his business this man's business. And he's like, yeah, so my dad's gonna like get like cured by this hag who cures like a lot of disease or something like that. I don't know. I heard this idea from like a guy in a bar, and I thought it was like my best bet, and it sounded kind of fun. So I was like, why the fuck not? I'm Flem, by the way.
Hello, Flem.
Yeah, all right.
Out from the puddle is gonna like indent a cursive font writing of Ooze Magooze.
Okay. Oh, see, it's like this full title that you would just see on like the header of a paper. Nice.
Ooze Magooze. It's got like the really like elaborate first O.
Oh. The
Fancy.
T and the.
Flem kind of like scratches his head. He looks at that. He looks at Clap. He's like, I can't fucking read.
It's probably saying that it hopes that your dad gets better, probably.
Well, that's really nice of you, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. I wish I knew your name.
Me
I'm gonna
too.
call you Mike.
I'm gonna call it ooze because it's like an ooze.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
Thumbs
I
up.
came up with it myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
it likes it.
An
Oh,
arm
you're
and
pretty
thumb
smart, bro.
comes out and then
What's your name?
slowly sinks back down.
Oh, give him like 2 thumbs up back. He's- he looks at Clap and he's like, "What's your name, dude? You seem pretty smart. You seem like a good guy to have around."
Oh,
You're coming
I'm
up
as
with
smart
names
as a
and shit.
regular horse, of course. I am Clap Clopper.
Well,
from
shit,
the
that even
Clopper
rhymes
Clappers.
too.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I come from a very esteemed line of racehorses, and also my dad's a Minotaur.
Okay. That's interesting. So, like, does that mean like, was your mom like a horse?
She was a mare, but we prefer to say horse people. There's no people in
So-
the horse, but we still like horse people.
Okay, so like your dad and you got with
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, it's not
Um,
weird. He is a Minotaur. Keep that in mind.
It's not weird.
It's not weird.
Please remember, it's not weird.
It's not.
Well, usually
guys.
when you have
Believe
to
me when I
preface-
say.
when you have to preface that it's not weird, that makes sense. Okay. Well,
It's like I can. It's like if you say I can assure you I didn't murder that man. I am not a murderer. I
That
didn't
sounds
murder that
trustworthy.
man. I would believe
Yeah.
it. Yeah, of course. I mean, keep in mind I'm as smart as a regular horse, so
Have you
I
murdered
am
a
prone.
man?
To... Okay, first of all, I'm not a murderer, and it's pretty normal to be near dead bodies when murders happen. So
I guess
don't
that's
know.
true. I mean, somebody has to find it.
Yeah, the killer had a human head, anyways, so it's fine.
Wait, what?
A hand is gonna wave out of the ground like, "Hey, hey," and then a small scene will form of a witch over a cauldron, over a dead guy, pouring the dawn onto the man, and then it erodes the dead guy.
Just out in the open, like as you guys are walking, you turn and she's maybe 15 feet away. She's been humming a tune this whole time. You thought it was background music. Just
Damn it!
Damn it! So wait, what's our background music then? Fuck, did we forget?
and then she points at Uzmagoose and goes, "The 1%!" And she screams and she jumps into this this giant cauldron just swims in the slime, and she bashes her giant spoon and begins to skid away at a rapid speed. What do you
I
guys
transform into a horse.
I transform
like to
into
roll
a
this-
human. And
I'd like
I
to.
run.
I'd like to roll deception.
Oh, okay.
Now let me explain. I do not look like a horse. I look like an ooze that is now shaped like a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't changed necessarily.
Roll deception at disadvantage.
Can I roll
Beat a
insight?
12. She's
like
she's
a gummy
legally
bear.
blind, but can't afford glasses.
Okay, I got an 8 and a 3. So
Okay.
together that's almost a 12.
She's still able to see you and screams and skids off in this giant bubbling cauldron. You see all of this dawn fly back, horrifyingly just melting through the ground. You can feel the
my
pain
God.
of your brethren as they die beneath her.
Wait, come back! I need you.
She immediately does like a Tokyo Drift skid turn and begins flying backwards. And she like slams her spoon into the ground and it skids to a stop.
What?
Deja vu.
As I run, I go, I have been in this place before. As I approach her, my Terminator speed run,
Oh, you're-
my horse
you're
head
so-
flopping.
Still going at her.
Wait.
Yeah.
Logan,
I
Logan.
run past her, and I win
the-
the race. And I go,
Use the running gif from earlier when we were
Oh,
just
no.
setting up.
Oh, no, I can't. I'd have to.
You can't? What do you mean you can't?
Well, it would cover the whole thing. I'll do it when we come back.
Fine. Amazing.
Fucking Miss
Uh,
Miss Dawn of the forest.
Yes.
I've come here with my two friendly horse companions. I've
That
come
one's not
seeking.
a horse.
it's a nose. It's okay.
Looks like
Don't
a-
worry.
Ah,
Well, I
okay.
mean, he's kind of like he's like 75% man, I think,
Yeah.
and 75% horse. But
What is your request?
my father, he's very sick. He's gotten a disgusting fungus on his feet.
Not a
And I-
fungus.
Yes.
Is he okay? A foot fungus.
Yes. And I heard that you have this miracle elixir. This
Yes.
this Dawn soap.
The dawn soap brings the dawn
yes.
to everything.
Yes, so I've heard. Could I get some of that?
Fine, but you must follow me through the dark and spooky. Oh my god, another owl. You must follow me through the dark and spooky forest and find my little hut that looks very silly, and then walk inside and ask me again because I don't have it with me.
Oh,
Is your house like?
okay.
Do you have to go upstairs? Because I can't go downstairs once I go up. Someone will have to bring me down.
That's not
It's
my
a
problem.
horse thing.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Or don't.
And she stabs it into the ground, twists
Oh.
like 18 times,
So
and then
evil.
slams it into the ground again, flies away. Massive speed. You can see the trail
What
she
a
leaves
peculiar
behind.
lady.
How is she so fast? She doesn't have a horse body.
She's the Dawnbreaker.
The dong breaker.
2 hands are gonna grow out of the slime puddle.
Yes, that's what she does with the Dawn. She like destroys it.
And as you guys stand
She
around,
smashes it.
finding it difficult to put a conversation together, you realize you are in a section of the Shadowfell. And there's a
Ooh.
particular creature that comes
It
from
dawns
the
on us,
Sorrow
if you could
Sworn.
say.
You realize there is the awkward that can manifest. And
Oh, that's it. This
A
is
mass-
The
That's
that?
weird, the awkward.
the uncomfortable begins to amass beside you. What are some things that each of your characters find very visually uncomfortable? We'll start with Clapclopper.
Centaurs. It's just so fucky to see the. It shouldn't exist, right? Like the horse body
Yeah,
and
no,
the
it's
human.
Disgusting.
It shouldn't be that way.
No.
Yeah.
It's blasphemous. Okay.
Yeah.
Phlegm?
Giraffes. I don't like them. They're too tall.
Okay. Ooze Magoose.
Euclidean shapes. I do not like
Euclidean
structure.
just means normal, right?
Yeah. Do not like structure. If everything could be ooze, that would be best.
You see
Very good doghouse appears.
swelling out of the ground this massive, very muscular, like picturesque. It's beautiful, full of three-dimensional shapes that all interlock and function biologically. It is this massive centaur whose abs just go up. They go crazy high. So you see at the top of it is like a guy doing this, but it's like 12 feet in the air. The awkward has spawned. I need everyone to roll initiative
No!
to fight the awkward.
I roll a 18. That's pretty
Two.
high.
15.
2. I mean, I don't have a horse body, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, you don't need
Makes
one.
sense. I do not.
All right, the
Is
awkward.
this centaur mounted over a giraffe? It's like riding a giraffe.
riding another giraffe. No, its abs are the giraffe's neck, so it's all the way at the top, and then its head is maybe like its neck is maybe a foot and a half long extra, just to make it a little bit more uncomfortable. This thing pulls out like a 12-foot long glaive, and it's going to start swinging at you guys as it goes first. It's gonna stab at you, Clap.
Horse
No!
asshole.
Not him.
What
It's
is
envious of my horse head.
what is your half horse, half human armor class?
It's 14.
Okay, let's see. Okay, it manages to slash at you twice with this giant glaive, and you feel cold and really uncomfortable. Like you're at a party that you want to leave. You are going to take, oh boy, that is 42 piercing or slashing damage as it slashes into you massively, almost more manifesting psychically. It's like, I don't know what to say right now, and then your guts are spilling out of your body. Ooze,
Oh
you're
no,
up.
my human guts.
My mostly human guts.
At least he
Most
still has
of
the
the
horse
human
ones. All right. I am going to like spread out and then reform upwards to launch myself over the awkward,
Okay.
and then I'm going to shape into an anvil and drop.
Oh, okay, you're doing the full Kirby jump. All right, roll dexterity to fling.
All right.
So you
I rolled a 5,
a 5. Okay.
so
I'll say you get up to like the spinal part of the horse part of this body. So it's like a really pitiful just poof, poof. You go maybe 5 feet in the air. You're going to try and condense to like raise your mass, do the anvil thing. We'll say roll a strength check. Do a dexterity
understood.
save.
Bring it on. That one is a 14.
Versus. Wow, it failed to move out of the way. So as this disgusting mass of just algae and rot and germs condenses insanely to this like hyperconductive ball, it slams down, cracking into the spine of this creature. How much damage do you think that does?
I'm gonna let's say 1d8.
Okay.
A normal amount. Let's say, be
Yeah.
nice.
It's a small mass. Didn't go that high. Didn't have a lot of momentum.
I did 4 damage to the man.
The man goes,
that.
oof, owie, ouch. You're now embedded into his second spine.
That's gross.
Phlegm, you're up.
Flem with this little fork that he uses as a trident. He's just gonna fucking he's gonna watch this happen, and he's just gonna run up and he's gonna stab it in the foot.
Make an attack. A little troll doll
Alright.
stab. What is this, like a
Little
sewing
troll
needle?
doll stab. Yeah. That's a 6 to hit.
Okay. You fail miserably as your hand just kind of slips. You have a bit of a biological malfunction there. Clap. With your
He
guts
slaps with the fork.
with your guts partially spilling out, you gain the initiative to attack.
Yes, I take out my trusty horseshoe, which is attached by 2 strings at the ends, and I grab a little dong and I go like dong, and I cast grease under this huge horseman thing. Dong.
Okay. What do you think your spell save DC is?
Oh, probably like a 15. I'm not really good.
Okay. Well, it fails and begins, all of its legs like start to slip outwardly like a cartoon rapidly, and it falls flat with every leg going in a different direction. I'll say it takes a little bit of damage as realistically, all of its limbs would be removed from the socket. What's the word for that?
Oh,
Disarmed.
dislocated?
This
Disarmed.
Disarmed. It becomes
His
disarmed.
limbs.
His limbs have become disarmed.
And then I'm gonna look at Flem and I'm gonna wink with my horse lashes, throwing sparkles in the air, and I'm gonna inspire him for a D6
For
of
DC.
inspiration.
Okay. Yeah. Who are you inspiring?
At Flem.
Okay, you inspire
yeah.
Flem. And with a donation at the turn of the round, thank you, KB, for selecting one with an overwhelming $20, which we do not deserve. Thank you very
nice.
much. Something goes horribly wrong.
Thank
Ooze
you.
Magoos, you realize that, first of all, a part of this grease is it's unnatural. It's very unusual. It feels very oily. But mixing with the flesh of this awkward, you're coming to discover that this is the recipe for Dawn soap.
Oh God.
Large portions of you begin to melt and fizz away as it turns, and it's going to attack Flem. But you
No.
are on the back of this creature, melting away rapidly.
I'm melting.
It is going to... So all these broken limbs, they just sort of move forward and they try and embrace you. They try to grab you for a very awkward parting hug. It knows it's going to die. It's miserable. Make a wisdom saving throw to just make this hug genuine.
It's like missing a high five gives it power.
Yeah, no, this thing is like kind of forcing a hug on him, but
Oh,
like
God.
obviously the boundaries aren't quite past that right now, so it's just really disgusting behavior.
Oh, God.
Flem, that's you rolling.
Oh. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh, that is a whopping 8, baby.
Oh, okay. You die instantly.
Hell yeah.
It disappears.
You're just like, ah!
It's so uncomfortable that your physical form enters a different realm where that
You
didn't
just
just
cringe.
happen.
Cringe so hard your like intestines just like explode. You start bleeding inside. All your ribs crack.
You just implode. You
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
just-
be here. You recede. Your emotions recede so much that your body turns into a black hole.
You fold in on yourself from
Uzma
like a
Kuz,
paper.
You are fading away on the back of this horrific creature. What do you do?
That's difficult. Oh no, through my death, I am going to, you know what? If the 1% is going to die, it's going to take everybody else down with it.
Okay.
So I am going to, in a last-ditch effort, launch up and spin as thinly as I can to do
Okay.
a sort of like saw thing as I hit it again.
Oh, okay. You create a razor-thin saw from the remainder of your tiny amount of biology. I'll say make an attack with advantage. You essentially have this thing grappled.
Bring it on. That's a 14. Take that.
I'll say you do half damage. We'll make this a spell.
Very good. You know what? If let's go. 8 becomes. I rolled an 8, which is now a 4.
Oh boy.
I
Okay.
did 4 again.
You deal 4 total damage. You are dying in this scene, right?
Seems like it.
You effectively ruin the awkwardness in the air by killing 2 of the 3 conversationalists. So whether or not you actually succeed in this, you fizzle away, and the creature does the exact same with you. Clap,
Time to make a new character.
you are now alone in the woods with no purpose, having woken up after a bit of a bender. The 2 people
Oh,
who met
fitting.
are now dead.
Early horse wins the race, as they say.
They do
Fuck.
say that.
You light a cigarette.
I just gotta like take out a I kind of sit on the leftover ooze and guts, and I go, where the fuck did I go wrong, dude?
You feel a very familiar hand tap your shoulder. in the middle of these spooky woods.
Turn around. Mom?
Who's gonna
Is she disrespect?
Who's gonna play Clapper's mom?
Is that not just a normal horse?
It's just a.
All right, here I go.
No,
It's my
It's a
turn.
talking horse like Mr. Ed. It's Mrs.
Oh,
Ed.
oh, like Ed.
Yeah, like Mrs. Ed.
I want to steal.
Oh, from
He's a talking horse. He can do what he wants.
he is. Yeah. You find your mother.
Okay, my name now is Horse.
Horse.
I am a talking horse, which means so I'm gonna click, click, clop, click, clop, click, clop. Nay,
Mama?
nay.
This image of your
Wanna
mother.
watch me
has
whip?
some very
Just like his mother talking.
Just like my mama said,
Mama said.
nay, and then nay.
Your mother has
Video
very
name.
important, partially parting words. It seems as though this ghost of her is going to persist as long as you stay in these woods, but she has something to tell you.
Nay.
What does that mean to you, Clapper?
That means, son, listen, heed to my words.
Nay.
It has been a long time, and you must go to the witch's house and finish the
Nay.
quest your friends intended you to do.
Nay.
Yes, son. I know it's difficult. Times
Nay.
are dark and awkwardness is even darker. But remember the light they brought into your heart
Nay.
and fill the world with it. Also, nay. And now she's just
Nay.
saying nay.
Nay.
She's just saying nay now. She doesn't mean anything by that word.
And so you walk through the muddy little path that this witch has created to her hut. And the witch greets you at the door, this time with a slightly different voice. Go ahead, Mayro, you're now the witch. You are Dawn.
Oh, me?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello.
Are you Don Clean the Witch from Don Clean the Witch and Incorporated Associates?
Yeah.
You guys do cleaning products, right?
Mm-hmm.
Partially with glue. Son of a bitch.
They like kind of look behind the door,
Yeah.
and they kind of look back, and they're like, no.
Both of you.
Inside check. I
Roll-
want to
yeah.
inside check that.
I'll have you roll insight, and then Horse, you roll perception.
Perception.
I've
okay.
rolled a 10.
Okay. Is that just flat?
That's a natural 20.
Yes, I'm not very wise.
Okay.
I'm a horse.
You look back and you see glue, but you don't know what that means. You see a full shelf of just glue. No idea.
See,
Oh.
there's glue. Just
You
up
clap
Nay.
Clapper, you look at Dawn, and she just has, like, she's beat red. Her face is so blatantly just, I am making
Fucking
glue from
sweating.
horses, and you can't, yeah, sweating literal bullets, just massive things dropping to the floor.
metallic bullets
Ting,
coming
ting,
out
ting,
of their
ting.
skull.
I am furious like a man and vengeful like a horse.
Of course.
They're gonna
Um,
close the door on him.
The witch closes the
I'm
door.
gonna put one horse hoof in the way.
Roll
shit.
sleight of hand. Sleight of hoof.
Sleight of hoof. Natural 20.
Fuck yeah.
So as you go to close the door, doof, one hoof sticks out,
shit.
and then I push the rest of my way in, and I look at you straight in the eyes, and I say, "Nay." And now
I'm
I'm.
gonna swing at him with a broom.
Oh no.
Get out of this house.
Nay, nay,
Okay, everybody roll initiative. Let's fight some horses.
go! There's a horse in the hospital.
God
I'm
damn it.
gonna take that witch with my old town horse. I'm gonna fight.
Initiative of 5.
Okay,
5 too, actually.
Don got a 5. Clap will say you got a slightly lesser 5, and then horse.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Whoa, we're doing great.
So your natural instincts kick in. As you walk in, before this witch even swings the broom, you can feel hostility in the air.
I am a horse.
Yeah, what does the horse do?
So you're gonna like swing the broom, and I'm gonna recognize that that broom is mostly straw, so I'm gonna try to eat it.
Whoa. Okay.
Fair.
Make a dexterity check contested with the witch's, let's say, attack roll. So I think you have like a plus
Totally, let's-
1 or plus 2.
So it's not a 20, but it is a 19.
Okay, that's a 15.
Yeah, just
There.
immediately turns this this broom into a quarterstaff in like one bite. You're just like, ah!
The
And
little
just,
animated,
yeah, it flies
the
by.
little
And just,
animated broom legs flail in your mouth. Oh God, he's dead!
Oh, it's a living broom.
so you do the thing where you close your eyes and swing, and you open your eyes, and just the head of your broom is gone. You look over to this horse, just like wide-eyed, horrified, the party going on in its mouth. You're up.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna grab the cauldron that's resting to the side. There's a soapy cauldron. They're just gonna spill it and try running out of the house.
Okay. So you just spill the cauldron? Okay, I'll have everyone make a dexterity saving throw as it starts to pour out of the hut.
19 minus 1, so 18.
Okay.
Bring it on.
19.
7.
7.
Oh
Okay.
hell yeah!
How
Mom!
many character deaths can I have in one game?
I'm
Let's
gonna make it
go.
a lot. Dawn, what'd you get?
I got a 19 as well.
Okay. Dawn, you immediately like jump out of the door of your hut in slow motion. This stuff exploding. You see a horse literally just turn to ass. Like ass fucking
Turn to ass. I go from horse to donkey in 0 seconds flat.
I'm like consumed by acids. God, I'm fucking stupid. Hey
Consumed
guys.
by ass.
Yeah,
Are you saying that I get melted down? Because I feel like at that point I would just become glue.
yeah.
In which case,
No, you get melted down, and then a small jar of glue flies out of the explosion. You clash onto. Or I'm sorry, were you gonna?
if I become glue, like one big malleable clump
Yeah.
of glue, I would
Yeah.
like my next character to be Ooze McClues. I am
Okay.
the exact same concept, but now I'm made of glue and also some horse.
No, it's
Perfect. The horse
70% ooze, 25% horse.
shoots out of this acidic explosion, and goo begins to coalesce made of glue. Both Dawn and Clap Clopper are now on top of each other, confused. Actually, you know what? This is a good time. Thank you for that donation. Kyle, thanks very much. We got a 6. Let's see. The party gains a tool. They already have one, buddy. That's me. No,
Hell yeah.
Aha.
hold on just a second. I'll put that together. You guys are in a bit of an uncomfortable situation. I'll close off the music and discuss the occurrences. Or don't. That's fine too. So, just Dawn the Witch is on top of Clap Clopper for a really uncomfortable amount of time. Okay. How's everyone's week been?
Great.
Good.
Nice.
It's all right.
I'm good. You know,
I'm great.
have life. Feeling lifeical.
Very lifeical. Love it. Thanks.
Yeah.
I know
You know,
this is
I'm
on
glad.
me.
This is you tried to throw it our way and we throw it back. Fuck you, Logan.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
No, it's hard. It's hard enough. You know, honestly, I was hoping that like a number of 5 people on camera, you know, there'd always be someone who had something to say, like an interesting story.
No, it's
but
always on you.
this piece of shit in the bottom corner, if everyone can just shame not Jacob, but the substitute
is
for
that?
Jacob.
Yeah, that's
What actually is
substitute.
that?
It's the
that's
Pokemon
That's the-
substitute.
Yeah, substitute. Yeah, it's the
in Pokemon,
little
like-
sprite that appears when you use the ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was considering doing a stream where I do like a Nuzlocke of Pokemon, but people already like told me that they want Pathfinder streams and Deltarune.
Oh,
Oh,
So so I started doing a Pathfinder gameplay. We ended up doing it's a lady half vampire, strength based rogue with very much daddy issues. So I play that and it's going great. I feel really powerful playing that character and being an ass all the time. It's like the we decided she was like the chaotic version of Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss
Wait, my cat's here. Let me see
because
if I can get my
that's
cat on the screen.
lawful evil and one a chaotic evil. So we're going Karen, the Karen
Hey,
book.
Blizzy.
oh, cute cat.
I've
is
got a
their
cat.
name Glizzy?
Blizzard is his
Blizzard.
real
Oh,
name.
Blizzard. Okay, I was,
Blizzard.
I was
So
like,
happy
did
he
you name your
loves-
cat
he loves being
Glizzy?
alive.
Don't say that. Oh my god. That and Pressure Washer Simulator. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that too.
Yeah, I keep seeing that in the Discord. How is that? Did they update it?
It's really satisfying.
Oh, nice.
No, I just deleted my save and started over.
Oh, just keep doing the same house. Nice. You know what? I think because we managed to reach a narrative halt here and I kept killing everyone off, that's my fault. I think we'll go ahead and take a bit of an early break and then we'll come back.
Oh, collectors.
We can
Yeah,
brainstorm.
collect ourselves. In the chat, let us know how much of the rest of the episode you want to be just talking or a narrative, because either are possible. It's just a matter of our range of competence, which seems to be a little low. That's fine. Everyone has bad weeks. Everyone has good ones.
Sorry, I didn't bring my game today.
No, I didn't either. Let's. You know what? Actually, let's all blame it on Jacob. It's entirely his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
he's supposed
here,
to
he's not
carry us. What the
accountable,
fuck?
So let's
Yeah.
fucking.
Like, what are we supposed to do? Be funny?
He's supposed to carry us. Like, why isn't he here helping? You know,
Are we
narrative.
supposed to entertain people?
That's
No.
all right, guys. We'll be back in a bit. Thanks for sticking around, or not. Either way, have a good Sunday.
Turned on a webcam and it's your fault.
hello, everybody. How we doing in chat?
Hello.
Well, hello. Welcome back to Telltales.
The
I
best
am
from South Beach.
Logan 2,
The better Logan, and I'm a baby. Hi.
South American Logan. Hi.
The better one.
So we left off with our heroes on the swamp looking for the Cleaning McLean and the Witch of Cleaning. But as we see the gummy ooze and the troll die and the horseman kind of be there with his mom, we zoom out of this weird cinema picture and we find ourselves on a theater. Kind of dark, but still illuminated. The lights are coming back on. The movie has finished. And we find that only 3 people dared venture into this weird movie. Who do we have watching the end tale of this movie?
Hello. Howdy. My name is Davy Chappie, and tonight I will be playing the role of Ooze McCoos, the world's greatest ooze-based movie star.
I am Bobobus the Fool. I am a court jester for a king, and I came to the movies to look for, something funny to add to my act. And this movie just doesn't have it, so I'm a little upset.
I'm Frank, the turtle. He's just a large tortoise-like man laying back. He doesn't know how he got here. He's just kind of been stuck in this chair and was kind of forced to watch this film.
Oh, you 3 finished watching your movie. Booze McCoos, you enjoyed watching your glorious self on the screen, like we always do. You're a critical success, which is weird because no one came to the premiere of your new movie. But a turtle kind of barged in midway. They seemed very confused, but they had spirit in them. And Boo the Fool is your companion. He always goes everywhere with you. You 3 are finishing watching the movie. The lights are coming back on. And suddenly you hear a gut-wrenching scream. Ah! But more energy into it. And the lights flicker and explode. And you find yourself in the darkness of the theater. What do?
I turtle up in my shell. I'm scared.
Shouldn't there be somebody with a flashlight coming in here pretty soon?
I'm going to use my stretchy legs to reach up towards the lights themselves and look at them. Is there anything wrong with the lights?
You grow legs, really lanky legs. Your ooze self stays in shape as you go up like an elevator, and you get to the roll me to see if you can detect anything wrong with the lights themselves.
All right, 2d6.
Yep.
Oh, pop. 6 and 4.
6 and 4. That's 10. That's a success.
Haha.
Success.
So you could. I will give you 2 options. You can either see what's going on and identify the problem, but you will take damage in some way or form, or you could succeed but not exactly know what's going on. You could have an inkling to it.
Well, I'm not going to have an inkling because those people are ruining the name of oozes everywhere.
Yeah, half ooze
Yeah.
people.
So you will be
Stupid
succeed
squids.
but take damage.
Yes.
So you
gonna poke
identify you poke it with a little tiny baby finger comes out of your ooze form and pokes it. And as a sharp just current of electricity goes through your oozy little body and you fall back into the floor, you take 2 damage. Because you're an ooze, you don't take that much damage from bludgeoning. You identify this is probably the fuse box on the lower level that has exploded. And if you don't repair it, probably people are not going to be able to see your movie tonight.
Well, that can't happen. I'm going to take off my ooze-based sunglasses and
In
go.
the dark.
The dark.
I never take off my ooze sunglasses because they're a part of me. They're attached.
Yeah, they're your signature.
Yeah.
Every poster has you with.
Yeah, I've got like ooze-based sunglasses and ooze-based jacket.
Oh,
Sue's
You know,
glasses.
I'm a movie star. What can you? What
do you make
expect?
any
Them off. Did they
noise?
fuse to your fingers?
I'm
Them
going.
off.
I'm gonna turn my hand into an arrow and point at the lights. Like, yes, They're definitely busted. I've cracked the case.
Where's that person with the flashlight? They should be here by now.
As you say that, you remember you were the guy with the flashlight. You should have a flashlight somewhere.
What's the name of the people who like work in theaters and like walk up and down the aisles?
Ushers.
Just an usher. Yeah, I realize that I am actually also the usher. This is my part-time job aside from being a jester, the jester usher. You know. So I look down. I'm like, oh shit, that's right. And I pull out a little flashlight and I point it just straight up and I start flicking it on and on. Do I see this giant arrow above me?
Yes, you see Uz's Maku's arrow pointing in the direction of the hallway that would lead downstairs.
I'm so sorry. Abstract. I just realized that I used the old character titles. So Mario is now Davy, and Davy is now Dieter.
Hell yeah.
What a Davy!
That's
moment.
amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Honestly, improvements all around.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ditter. You can recognize me by my ability to kill most mosquitoes when you
He's
spray
really good at
them,
that. He's really
as
good.
Deet is known to be.
You know, honestly, I think that's gonna end up on his tombstone. That's how cool he is at doing that.
Yeah.
Howdy, I'm Davy Chappie.
Howdy, how's it going?
Nope, that's not the line.
One of those.
Messed it
No,
up already.
that's exactly how I, Davy Chappie, say it. So
I do not. I don't like
Look,
this.
Dieter, don't challenge Davy. It's not
My
gonna work
brand
out
is
for
being
you.
destroyed.
And,
I have so much power right now.
What did I see with my flashlight, my strobing?
by strobing your flashlight masterfully, like a husher does always, you see in sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
The arrow pointing at the hallway that leads downstairs to the
Okay.
fuse box and other stuff.
Everyone follow me to safety. And he jumps out of his seat and he starts running. You can't see him running, but the jingling of his jester bells is like, oh, that's where he's going.
Oh,
I'm gonna transform just like before in the woods. I'm gonna like transform into the facsimile of a car, but instead of it just being car, it's now an open top convertible, and
Oh,
like
of
the
course.
top half of me is on it, riding,
Yeah,
driving.
of course.
Oh, sick. That's
When
so
you're
sick.
on the movies, you take the form of an old car to seem more relatable to your audience. But actually,
more
you-
relatable to my 80-year-old audience.
But your mask
Yeah.
doesn't change. It's like Stuart Little cars.
Yeah. what does the turtle does?
he's gonna Bowser spin move out of the chair, and he's gonna slowly like slink out, and he's just gonna follow the jingling of the bells.
Beautiful. And as the bell jingles its way into the hallway, you walk past a few of other posters that Makus has worked on. You know, you have Sus Us, the Magus. You
Sus
have
Us.
Oost Hard. You know, the Oost, Promised Oost, Oostanic,
Favorite
and
one.
other beautiful forms of art he has
Yeah,
participated in.
absolutely beautiful.
Uh,
yeah.
And you are making your way down the stairs into the
Oozing
dark.
men.
Just
The oozing
running with the
Of
jingles.
oozing men.
of oozing man.
Or
And you reach the stairs down. It's very dark, and you being the husher and also the janitor here.
I am
Besides being
so I have 4 jobs now. I'm a janitor here. I'm an usher. I'm also a husher at a library and a jester. Of course.
yeah, and a jester. Yeah, you know that the stairs here are in disrepair. So one of you might have to test the waters first for the others to follow without falling.
Okay, it'll definitely be me because it's going to come out of my salary if they fall. I'll be part of the lawsuit. So I do like
And you're not a lawyer.
I'll do the really cartoonish like ding ding ding. Ding. So when I go down them, each one of them sounds like a xylophone. Do I trip and die or fall on my ass? I think that's
Well,
3d6,
roll,
right? Yeah.
roll to see.
A
The
total
ever
of
wondering question: do I trip and die?
4.
What 4? That's an absolute failure.
Failure.
So you don't lift both of your legs. One of your legs still on the firm ground, but the
Okay.
other one touches barely the stairs, and you immediately fall, rolling down the stairs full strength.
Does it just sound like a
You do
rapid
not-
xylophone? Just,
Yeah. And you boom, and you fall into the ground. You do not die. Your lantern is broken. So you're gonna be in a very. It's not super dark. It's one of those movies where the director doesn't want it to be super dark, so you can still see a little bit. It's just not full on dark.
Do you guys call flashlights lanterns down there?
Lanterns, yeah,
Oh, nice.
with linternas, which is
Ha ha!
lantern.
What a strange, nonsensical region of the world.
At least we don't call them torches.
That's true.
All right, it's fine.
Fuck you, British people.
I mean, I'm not fine,
Disgusting,
but the
really.
stairs are fine. If you guys want to come down here, I don't know why you would. You're
Yeah, all
guests
right.
in this theater. This is employees only. But I might need medical attention.
Frank, seeing this, hearing the thud with concern, he decides to approach the stairs, but instead he's going to retract into his shell and slide down the stairs.
Okay, roll me 2d6 and add a 1 because you're using your turtleness.
I am
do
gonna
it.
die.
That's a 7.
7. That's a failure, right, Logan?
Partial success. Up
partial
to a
success.
9, yeah.
Ooh.
So I will let you either you will make it downstairs without dying, but you have to choose between falling and something bad will happen to you, or you can fall and be completely fine. But Logan character, the fool might have to do some form of roll to see if they are safe.
Uh-oh. Roll the face
Franklin
danger.
rapidly descends down the stairs, and on the final step before slamming into this small man, he instead bumps into the last step, does a flip, and lands directly on his back, and he spills out of his shell. Like his limbs like just erupt out, and he
man.
just goes, "Ah!"
No, you're naked.
He's like a
Your
little
shell is
cartoon
behind of
turtle.
you. Yeah, you just get shot out of your shell when you land. Yeah, and you hit your back against the wall. But you
Oh
do
God,
not,
my spine was there.
Like the turtle in Over the Hedge. Who just does that.
It's okay. It's a Bluetooth shell. It's one of the modern ones that you can detach.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth shell.
It's also a blue shell, so if you throw
Blue
it, it will
shell.
attack whoever's in first
it
place.
will hit whoever's in first place.
You're a dangerous person to be around.
Booze McCoos, what are you doing?
I'm going to do my best to not be in first place. And
Difficult
other
as
than
far
that, I'm not. Having a hard time. I'm gonna be an inspiration for the other people. I'm gonna like stand in between these two, and I'm gonna like morph into pose upon pose after pose, to like give them an extra d6 on their rolls, perhaps, to like help them. But, like knowing that there's a movie star here,
Yeah.
like I'm just like yes.
Oh, you are a
There's a
movie
man
star.
on the scene.
Yes, I am a movie star. I'm Booze McOoze.
Are the lights on where we fell?
No, they're not, but his radiance is too powerful. So I will allow you for the next round, you can throw an extra d6 on your roll.
Because I like the
The next
idea that
roll.
I am an ooze, and so I don't have eyes, so I just haven't recognized the lights are off.
Yeah, the ooze does the YMCA
Blank,
dance, and it bolsters you.
Okay,
The music also plays.
I stand up and methodically just flip on the light switch down here, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a movie star.
The
So
emergency lights
beautiful.
work, so you can see inside here.
Can I get
This
your
seems to
autograph?
be-
And he pulls out a petri dish.
I'm gonna give him a snap, and then at my
Like
finger.
a booger.
No, I'm gonna be I'm gonna give him like a snap, like yeah,
Flicking
and
a
then
booger.
along the like length of my finger, the words will just strep out. No.
Oh, well,
Hucks a loogie in his mouth.
there goes one of two things on my bucket list. And he turns back. What does the room look like?
The room seems to be a restroom, like in a room where you stop before going even further down. This place seems to have a lot of movie memorabilia. It goes from like old, like 100-year-old ooze movies that Macouse used to play in. Like it's him in a little hat hugging Charlie Chaplin.
Yep, Saving
Another
Private
one.
Ooze.
The Saving Private Ooze, yeah.
Oh, Saving Private, one of my favorites.
Yeah. Uzi in Wonder Ooze, it's another one of his. But you also have
Wizard
like
of-
the Wizard of
Way.
Ooze,
the Wizard of Ooze,
top
yes.
top
Wizard of
tier.
Ooze. Oh my god. Yes.
The
A,
memories.
a lot of memorabilia and many other movies that I would not mention in case we
Great
get copyright
Gooseby.
stricken. Star Wars. So a lot of stuff over here.
Yeah. Okay.
And you could swear that the human figures in these kind of like life-size wax figures that are here, memorabilia, the eyes, you could swear they follow you wherever you move.
I know an old jester's trick for stuff like this. I walk over to one and I pull out like a toothbrush that has been professionally crafted to be like a prison hin, like a prison shiv.
Shit.
And I just stab one of them straight up.
God.
You stab into the thing and you hear a statue. He doesn't even fucking know it.
Wow, that's standard behavior of statues. That's crazy. Okay, so they are real. Now I walk back to the party.
Beautiful. You walk away from the whimpering statue back to your friends.
Okay. So, I think we have to like turn on the electricity or something to keep the movie. Honestly, the movie was pretty terrible. I didn't see a single joke in there. I wasn't supposed to be there the whole time, but he slowly turns to Booze McGooze. But the second act really brought the whole film together. You know, I thought the first one was a little misleading, but I feel like the third one, you know, he turns back and he keeps talking. He like walks up to a cage and he opens it just passively. He turns back.
As you're talking, you're mad smack. Like I imagine I wasn't facing you, but my head just slowly turns a full 180 degrees to look at you.
It's like the ooze thing where I'm looking at the back of your head and then the front of your face just like morphs into
Yeah.
it.
Good.
The amorphous ooze turns into Morpheus' head. He kind of quirks up to look at you.
You know, honestly, this isn't part of my job. But he goes over to like I assume there's just a massive board of like buttons and flips and switches.
Yeah, there is a huge board with jigamagigs and jingamapools, and you also have a map that shows that don't only need to like solve this, but there are also color-coded 3 switches you need to pull throughout this place.
Okay. Do I know the order of the colors and where the buttons are? Or the switches?
Roll to see if you know anything about this.
Okay, yeah, this is not my job. This isn't where I work.
Yeah. Or might be, depends how well you roll.
Got a 9, so a partial success.
Partial. So you are not a full-on electrician, but you have worked as an electrician before, like a week ago. So you have some knowledge fresh in your mind. Yeah. So you can either describe me how you manage to activate it, but something goes wrong in the process, or you can activate it, but partially, as in not all the lights come back on, and you will have to find the rest of the switches.
Yeah. Okay, so I definitely want to activate all the switches. So I turn to the other 2 characters and I point the amazing, incredible actor to the green button, you know, just thematically. I think about it, I'm like, you know, maybe more comfortable with blue. No, I go with green. And then for the turtle, there's another darker green switch. I turn him to that one. And then I
They're
just
all green.
Yeah. I just pull like the clam, like pinkish colored switch. I'm like, okay, pull the green one first. And then when I hear a kunk, I pull mine. So who pulls theirs first? Oh, okay. You press the button and then okay, and then kunk, and then oh, that's not the right green one. You should probably still. Wait.
As you say that, fire. You smell smoke, and fire starts to spew from the machinery you're activating. The lights are back on, working
perfect.
perfectly. You can hear the movie at the background starting, but now you have a fire starting to rage under here.
Oh my God, we're missing the movie! And I start to run back upstairs.
This is major concern.
All right. In that case, I'm going to, unbeknownst to this guy, there's a lot of buttons here. I'm an actor before. I've been an actor. I know that buttons do good things when you press them. So I'm gonna use the rest of my fingers, and I'm gonna grow more fingers, and all at once, I'm just gonna boop each button all at once,
Just like
every single one at the same time.
like a 60,
You
60 finger wall of just bacteria, and you just go dink.
Yep.
Okay, so you activate like all the buttons here, and
Correct.
you like raise the volume of the movie. You activate the signs outside that says the movie is on. You hear like congratulatory music, like a stock laugh track playing like stuff claps in case the audience doesn't clap at the end of the movie. Like everything is going on.
I say that blasts me all the way back down the staircase. I was like halfway up.
Yeah, you get back into the bottom of the thing.
The laugh track follows.
Yeah.
Scythe whistle noise just play.
Ooh, ah. Yeah. But
Ray comes in,
Why?
slide back into his Bluetooth shell. He's just hear a lot.
He just
Yeah,
looks
you
at
guys
Booze
are just-
McGoo's like really upset.
I thought actors were supposed to make movies better. This is
Press another
good.
button.
Just extend.
The fire alarm goes off. Water starts falling.
yeah,
everywhere.
it's falling. Yeah.
It's about time I set you straight messing around my new job. You know, I'm the one who's going to get blamed for this.
And he pulls out Dawn.
Gun.
Dawn.
Dawn.
Done.
No.
He pulls out their new brand of air freshener. Kills 99.
I saw this in the movie, no!
999% of bacteria. That's 99% of you. He points it. Can I roll? I don't know.
Roll an
Kill my
attack.
favorite
Do it.
actor.
Can I kill my favorite actor? This man asks.
Can I roll to try to intercept?
The
7.
answer should be yes.
Ironically,
Okay.
that's a partial success. Which
Okay. You roll for that. Can you roll, Turtle, to see if you can intercept
Yeah.
some of that?
okay.
That's an 11.
That's an 11. That's a success. That's just
Hell yeah.
a
A complete
straight up
success, yeah.
success, a complete success. So this is what's gonna happen. So you will be obviously be like completely blocking this shot. But I will let you, fool, choose. Does your shot hit the raging fire, or does it end up hitting the turtle? The raging fire that
with
is in,
either.
in
Oh, this is like a super explosive chemical.
yeah.
Okay, I want to say that the like air purifier that they made this in looks like a gun, and its bacteria like neutralizing effect is just massive. So I'll point it forward, and as this weird turtle person gets his shot back, jumps in
Get
front
down,
of the shot,
Mr. President.
he panics and he turns it over to just a small, like immediately as sparks fly into a further part. There's like a pool of oil that the fire hasn't touched yet, and as it does that, I go, ah! Slow motion, boom! Just this, like visually, it looks kind of like when an area is really hot, and in the distance you see like kind of how your vision warbles a little
Oh.
bit. Like visually, it looks like that, and it goes toward this gas, and I'll let you take over there.
And then it ignites a blue cleansing flame that explodes, pushes all three of you to the side, hitting a wall, and you kind of pass out for an unknown amount of time, and you wake up, and you see that while you were like knocked out, the fire like subsided and died because the explosion kind of like stopped it for some reason. And you three wake up, you're battered, you're badly burnt in some places. Booze McCoos, you lost a little bit of yourself because of the cleansing explosion too. All of you are really hurt, but you could make it in time for the movie maybe if you hurry.
You can still make it work.
Our differences aside, that movie, I feel like it had something coming in the third act. I mean, you know, the stairs look pretty clean and clear now.
He pulls out like a little like metal hook that goes like a full 2 stairs length before it like arcs. He starts climbing up it just one hook at a time.
Yeah, she's like limping while you do it. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three of you make it upstairs again after having solved the issue that was impeding the movie to go on. And you realize something, the three of you. Someone, the three of you might not love each other, but you hate this fucker more. Clap Clopper, the actor of Clap Clopper in the movie, with his sunglasses that says no ooze, and his shirt that says I fucking hate turtles, and his I hate the middle class wristbands. He's standing there.
He's got like a
socks
bumper
and
sticker
Crocs.
on his ass that says "No clowns."
No clowning around. Yeah.
That's that bastard Clapper Club. His Minotaur dad fucked a horse, and he just stood there and let it happen.
Yeah.
And his
Wait.
dad's balls just stood there. What a face.
So this guy just kind of looks at you and is like, oh, the three people I hate more in this world: clowns, turtles,
I'm not a clown.
and ooze. Ooze. He goes.
Come on,
Are
turtle.
we
Join
supposed
the
to do that in
faction,
unison?
motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna like
You
put my hand up. I'm gonna stretch it over to Bobo, Boo Boo,
Boo.
and I'm gonna hold it out for like a high five so that we can kick this guy's ass.
All right. He does a full
Oh.
feigning slap, but then like a fake boxer, his second hand comes out of nowhere and gives you that high five in earnest.
All right, let's do this.
The three of you get into pose, and battle music in the movie starts to play as Clap, Clopper, the little troll baby, and Ooze start fighting the cleaning man. And in contrast to that, very thematic and very cool and very imaginative, you start fighting this guy in real life. And you jump in. What are you doing?
Who goes first?
Yeah, I need order. We need order, structure.
Well, roll 2d6 each one of you, and let's go higher first, no, lower.
Behold, I got a 6 and a 2 for a total of 8.
I got a
Eight.
9.
I fucking got a 6 and a 2 for a total of 8.
Oh.
I'll go after you.
Okay, so we got Davy, then Mario, and then Logan.
No, I'm first.
Horse-
I got a 9.
9, Logan.
Yeah, but I want
Davy,
to be first. I'm a movie
Oh.
star.
Mario.
Okay, I
Oh,
respect
alright.
that. I'm still waiting for your autograph, so I'll go last.
You go last.
Yeah, just
Okay.
just out of respect for the famous.
Okay, and Horse got a 5, so he's
This
going
is the
last.
lifestyle.
Not even in real life, he's still like fast as a human.
Hmm.
So, what are you doing, Makus? You go first.
All right. I'm going to stretch my legs really, really big, pull out 2 finger guns, and I'm just gonna some ooze bullets at him.
Roll me to see how it goes.
Hey, that happened in JoJo Part 2.
It did happen in JoJo Part 2.
I got a 2 and a
Two?
1
Just like the
Making it a 3.
for a total of 3.
Just
Which
Okay,
I-
that's an
JoJo Part
absolute
2.
failure.
That's close to success.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Very
sure.
close.
It's very
It
close.
just isn't.
So you pull out your finger guns and you start shooting at this guy, and little ooze bullets kind of shot out like a machine gun, just shooting. And this guy just goes like and puts his hands in front of him and stops all of them like Neo because he's washing his hands.
No,
No.
90. My bullets will
During this
shrink
pandemic?
99% of the
You
way.
fiend!
You only have you only have 1% of 1% of your germs that are getting through.
Yeah, and like little, you can see them because you're very in tune with the ooze and the particles. Because you can see the little particles start munching on his microbiotic like, little hands, but
one
it's not
COVID
enough to even
strain.
hurt him.
One
Yeah.
AIDS bacteria just passed through.
I got AIDS through my hands
Wait, is AIDS a
as
virus?
well. So that is Makus's turn. Mario, is your turn. Turtle, what are you doing?
Oh, it is a virus. I'm sorry.
He's going to full body tackle this man.
Oh,
Shit.
full body
roll?
turtle.
Full body turtle. He's gonna do the Bowser spin.
Oh shit!
That's a
Wait,
The
7.
blue shell attack.
Does he have? He's got a blue shell, so he has spikes on his back.
Oh my. Okay, roll an extra d6.
Where are you at the movies with that, bro?
Roll another what? Or,
Roll with an extra d6.
oh, an
To
extra
see if you
D6.
succeed.
Here we go. That's a 9.
9. That's a success, right?
No, a 10 is.
A 10.
That's
okay.
a partial success.
So I will give you two options, and you get to describe it. So you can either like hit him full on, but he gets to hit you back, or you can hit him partially, not full on, like a hit, like hinder him.
I'll take a hit.
Okay, so you spin out this blue thunder with spikes on it as you go straight for his belly and you hit him, and he like pukes, and his puke is like this like horrible horse puke because he has a horn head, and he falls back and rolls, and in the rolling motion he takes out a little crab and he throws it at you, and the crab starts munching on your
God.
turtle skin. Because crabs are really good at munching on
Goes
turtle
inside
They
of my
skin.
really,
fucking
they're
shell.
incredible at it.
Yeah. Now you have a crab like munching on your shell.
Oh Jesus!
It's very uncomfortable.
I think that's on me, right?
It's your turn, yeah.
I'll pull out my company issued can of mace, and I'll try and both like in one sweep. I'll try and get both the crab and the clap clopper.
Mm-hmm.
Just do a full sweep of that. So let's see what I get.
Poor crab.
It's a 7. It's a partial success.
Partial
Oh, no.
success. So what you're trying to hit them with that, right?
Yeah, so I pull it out of my little latch and I hit the crab first, and then I swing it over and I just linger for like 3 seconds on this celebrity.
Okay, so you just bash this crab gets destroyed immediately. And then you go to hit this guy, and
Do you know
it
what mace
flashes.
is?
No.
Wait,
Isn't it like a hammer? Isn't it like a hammer?
I'm so sorry.
wait a moment. A
Wait,
mace?
what?
It's a mini.
No,
It's a mace.
I'm not using a mace.
He's using mace as
Are you mace like
Pepper
macing
spray.
him?
It's pepper spray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were like, it was
Smack
funny in
him
my
with a
head.
can
Like,
of pepper spray.
my company issued mace. This is like a fucking thing.
Everyone knows all ushers come with weapons from late 14th century medieval
that
Europe.
happens on this
mace.
show a lot. It's just-
I wouldn't have doubted it for a second.
It's like he has a fucking bottle of mace. He twists it. It turns into a fucking mace.
squeeze it out.
The ball just comes
Your
out,
eyes
spikes
because he
erupt
bashes
from
your
it.
skull.
I'll say my can of mace, like it has the nozzle and the spray, but out of the top of it is like a little actual steel mace.
Beautiful. And you're about to pepper spray this celebrity, and flashes go through your eyes.
Okay.
Remember yourself in your tiny little, full little jester outfit when you were like 3, with your jester mom and your mime dad,
Yeah.
watching TV, the old cartoons.
My
with
mom was a
Clopper.
rodeo clown, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Watching the old TV shows where Club Clubber and Ooze McGoose would work together.
Yeah.
And you remember those fine days, and I will need you to roll again to see if you can get out of this celebrity starstruck.
Man, back before he was racist.
Mm.
I got a 3.
He hates humans so much.
I'm still there. I got a 3. So I
3.
immediately flashback. My entire memory is overwhelmed up until today. Like back at home, I didn't give a shit about Booze McOoze. I was just here to see Clap Clopper and his new performance. Like I didn't care at all. Like this amazing haul of movies, I'm just a fake fan. I couldn't care less. I loved Clap Clopper, but seeing him now, it's such a conflict. So I hold up this mace, and I do the little like unscrewing motion. I remove the steel mace and I put it in my pocket, and then I sheath my can. Like, I don't know what to do.
And actually, that's Clap Clubber's turn.
Oh no.
He goes like, "But I know," and he's gonna like stand on his human hands and kick you with his human legs with the force of one.
He has the
horse
kicking
leg.
power of an entire human. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's equal to one horse leg.
bastard.
He
He's
has
kicking-
one horsepower.
I was gonna say he's got the kicking strength of 1 horsepower.
Oh,
Yeah.
to face danger, I got a 7.
7.
Yeah.
So I will let you decide whether or not he hits you full on strength, but you don't get thrown back and crash, or he gets to throw you away, but you do not take full on damage. You're not like knocked out.
I want to be close to my heroes. I'll take the full force. He can punch a hole in my stomach.
You
What?
get to human feet marks on your chest, but you resist the smoke. You became more defined, like an anime almost, with the shadows covering your eyes.
The kinetic explosive power. Of
For that
one
quick
human
scene, you're so muscular, dude. For that one scene, and then you almost pass out.
I want to
cut
believe,
yourself.
like he basically just jackhammers me, and immediately my shirt, my whole jester outfit, just like gets obliterated around the waist. I have the most anime 6-pack, but the moment we cut
Holy
away
shit,
from my
you're
stunt
chiseled.
double, I have like my body. I'm
Yeah.
just, like a little bit chubby, like really disappointing.
Yeah, as the camera cuts back to Macruz, you can see on the background that the jack dude walks away, and you come back walking quickly with your new outfit. It's like, yeah, thank you. Macruz, what are you doing now? Your rival is winning this battle so far.
All right. Well, I made a mistake beforehand, so obviously bullets are not the way to go. Instead, I'm gonna like reach. I'm gonna stretch my arm outside of this building, or outside of this room, and I'm gonna reach all the way through the hallways until I find the usher's room. I'm gonna grab onto their standard issue mace, and then I'm gonna snap it all the way back and slam this guy with a big ol' mace.
With the force of a whole theater wide length. Oh, we have a donation, by the way.
Yeah, that's. Thank you, Bragoon, for the $5 donation. Let me calculate that really quick. That is a 7. The party loses a tool. Oh, that's okay. All right, interesting.
So this is what's gonna happen.
Low
Party
on
loses a tool. Magus, because of this, you succeed. You immediately grab the mace. You come back with the full strength of the length of a big theater, and as you crash into the head of Clap Clopper, you hear 2 hits. Not only have you hit this guy, you also cracked in half the shell of Turtle McTurtleman.
My house!
No, the core tragedy. My poor friend.
And as
And homeless.
And as Clap Clopper stands up, you see that his head fell off. No! He has a human head.
Wait a minute.
No.
He's a fraud.
I start screaming and crying. Just on the floor.
Wait, does that
My
mean that his
reality's
head this whole
destroyed.
time has been one of those like rubber horse heads?
Yeah.
I love it.
That wasn't his mom in the movie? Are you fucking kidding me?
Turtle, it's your turn.
I call out to people in the theater and I point at this fraud and I say, "This guy's not a horse!
Kill him!
Kill him! I hate him!"
Please roll an attitude to your roll. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
What a monster. What a piece of shit.
Yeah,
14.
fucking not even being a horse.
With a +2 on top, that's a 14.
That's a 14. Holy shit. So this is what happens.
That's an
Where
explosive.
you turn around and you realize that your fight has attracted like 100 people, and they're all sitting down, and one stands up. It's a woman with this full human, but has noticeably realistic horse ears that move. And she goes, "You son of a bitch." And another stands up and he has horse eyes, and he goes, "You motherfucker."
Oh, that's disgusting.
Whole audience.
There's a
Full of
satyr
people with-
stands up like, "Oh, buddy, you got this coming."
Yeah. Even a minotaur stands up, gray haired, and goes like, "You're not my son anymore."
You're not my son.
And
Only
all
I
of them
fucked the
rush
horse,
in and beat the shit out of Clap Clopper, leaving him on the last strand of his life. Even the police arrives and they also beat the shit of Clap
Oh my
Clopper.
God.
They all leave the theater crying and screaming and insulting the 75% human, 25% liar that is
Oh.
Clap Clopper. And then it's Fool's turn. You see Clap Clopper, last strand of life on his eyes. His head is so swollen. It looks kind of like a horse now, just because it's so swollen and beaten.
Yeah.
On the ground, he's like, help me. He reaches out to you.
I can't believe that my idol was nothing but a clown. And as he says that, he pulls out a two-handed great mace from his back, company issued. He steps back like 3 feet and goes like, "This is for the good of the world." And as he brings it down just to smash and just detonate, nobody's face, just fucking nobody.
Okay. So you don't even need to roll. Like the thing falls on top of this dude. He explodes into a million full human pieces, and you can confirm now there's no horse, not even inside. It was all a lie all along. And as the last bits of human parts fall into the ground, all three of you realize that people are coming back now, sitting on the bloody chairs to watch the movie that is starting. That is the Macoos movie.
Booze Macoos, I want you to have this title. And he holds up like some brain bits. He's like, here, make this a part of you.
I'm going to reach out and absorb this, and then you'll watch as it like floats through my arm, and then gets smaller and smaller until it is completely dissolved into
Immediately,
me.
both of the IMD and Wikipedia pages just merge both of your accomplishments.
Starts absorbing his dragon soul.
Yeah, all the movies. You see the posters where Clapper was in the sides
Some
of the
my
theater,
favorites.
retroactively change into Macoos posters. So instead of Clap Club musical, it's High Ooze musical now,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Alexander Clopperton is now Alexander Oozington.
Yeah, Oozington, and other references.
That's all I got. Yeah. Oozy Hamilton.
How does an ooze man? So, and that's as you reach the end, Turtle. What do you say? As you
I don't even know who that guy was.
Immediate freeze frame and just it kicks in with like a 90s or 80s just rock.
Bum, 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 bum. The freeze frame is like all of you jumping, laughing.
Believe in you.
Oh boy. Well,
And that's the story.
that's the story. There were like 20 people that stuck around for all that. Thank you guys.
Yeah, like 25 people that just stuck to see us
Yeah, just
kill a human, just a full on
like a
human.
car wreck.
I'm gonna give up my life of being an actor. I realized that is no longer for me. There's too much medieval weaponry involved.
Yeah, it's not worth
Instead,
it.
I'm gonna be a stage performer. I will be Uzi Uzborn.
Yeah. Uzi. The risk of getting your face bashed in is reduced by like 2 out of 5 just from changing profession.
Right.
There's also an ooze, so it's
Just
Yeah, I don't really have a face.
yeah. You can always
Astounding.
shift it.
well. You guys seen anything interesting? Something recent happened, but I forgot what it was entirely. I don't think it matters that much. There's a new unearthed arcana that they brought back Thrycreen, which I blame on my video.
Dang.
Yeah, the 3 Creen.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, they made moon elves. They made another flavor of elf now.
So
Oh god, too many fucking elves. We need more gnomes.
they released the UA on Friday. They tried their damnness to prevent me from talking about it the day of.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
The
they tried their damnness, but they can't get me. Not like this. Mm-mm. Not me.
I think you could stop me.
So, do you think they were gonna add khaki pant elves next expansion or not?
I think so.
Cargo pants elves.
Yeah.
So-
just cargo elves.
Denim
Like
elves.
naturally, their legs have cargo like pockets and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
What I love about
Utility elves.
the astral elves that got presented though
Oh my god.
is that they've got
Too
a
many.
weird thing with their trance, right?
Mhm.
Which lets them like they get 2 proficiencies that they can swap every time they take a long
Oh,
rest.
God.
And the idea is
Don't
like
Do that
the
to
idea is that they're
players.
reaching back. The idea is that they're reaching back to like their past lives and like gaining knowledge, which is cool. That's a cool concept. My problem is that in the lore of the astral elves that same unearthed arcana gives, it talks about how they're effectively immortal. So of
No!
anybody, they're the least likely to have a past life.
That's not.
I see.
That's a poor translation because there's like the Hindu aspect of everyone is just a constant reincarnation of the same person, but
Yeah.
you have to communicate it pretty clear. Like nothing translates into English, but that's just lazy and bad. I
That's
am a butt. I don't like Unearthed Arcana. It's so obvious how unbalanced a lot of it is, and when you look at the
Yeah.
core material that they actually proofread and released, it's like they didn't do any of that here.
well. That's the thing with Unearthed Arcana is they're just kind of shooting shit out. Like I mean,
It's
I
like
don't
my
mean to, like, make
Patreon
it-
when I started. Like it's like they don't really express a strong understanding of the rules when they release stuff sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of the time it's overpowered, but I think
Heavily
more. I don't really
conceptual,
think that I don't think the mechanics are what they're trying to show off. I think they're trying to
Just
prove
the
to the
concept.
people who are making
Yeah,
the books.
yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
for Strixhaven, they did the non-exclusive subclasses as a concept, and people really didn't like that. So that's like that helped them
Oh,
dodge
yeah.
a bullet because they were going to do that for Strixhaven, but now they're just
Oh.
doing something else, I guess.
I mean, Tasha's was essentially a non-supplement. It just told you, hey, you can do whatever you want. Here's a book.
Yeah,
Pay
that-
$40 for it. It's like I don't.
That
I
was-
didn't like Tasha as a character. I didn't fucking care.
That's the thing that threw me off with Tasha's that kept bothering me was I was like, didn't everybody already do this in their own
Yes.
like games?
Mhm. That's what every video we've made before says. It was just
I
like
guess-
a resonation. It wasn't. It didn't
If
feel
anything-
like meat. It felt just
If it-
like a.
I-
It was like an apology letter in the form of a book.
What are we like?
It's-
Which part specifically are we talking about?
Just
like
the general
ability
vibe of
score,
Tasha's.
the
yeah.
lineages and stuff
Lineages
like
and
that.
stuff.
The majority of it
doesn't-
was just like new subclasses, new
But-
magic
Yeah.
items.
It broadened
They
them
added-
so much where it was like, hey, you pick. Which when you're addressing certain tables or certain like characters, why would you tell them to do whatever they want? Because the basis of a book is like, hey, here's what you can do. Obviously, do what you ever like. It was a book that felt obvious. I think.
So we're just talking then about like the thing at the beginning where it's like,
Yeah,
hey,
like the early
like the social contract, effectively. I think it was just acknowledging that there is
Yeah.
a social contract
Yeah,
more
but
so than
I
'cause
feel
that's kind of
I feel like making a book acknowledging it is a bit.
They do.
I don't know.
I mean, they didn't do it in the PHB, so like, what do you?
Oh
Well,
yeah, they
because-
have
yeah,
like a
This
rule
was
that
kind
is
of their like attempt at redoing it.
I think they're gonna do
Yes, so
Player's
it's-
Handbook 2 in like what 2023 or something.
Well, I mean, the thing is like they are trying to reestablish it
Yeah.
because the book, like the I think the PHB has the thing that it's like the DM is the ultimate arbiter of the rules. And they
Yes.
can change
Mm,
anything they want, and it is considered legal. And of course, if the DM wants to change the rules, they need to talk with the players because the players are going to be like, I don't want to play. If you change the rules like that, I
Yeah.
don't want to play. So
Oh,
they
so
have
it's
to.
a validation tool.
So yeah, it's a validation tool. And what I felt with Tasha was
Yeah.
that it was basically reinstating it because let's be real, there's a huge divide in the D&D and
Yeah,
TRPG
by
in
the
general.
rules and not.
In
that's
this
fair.
space, yeah. Like I made a video where my character, one of the 30-second video, the character rolls a natural one and fails. And I in the description I mentioned in my table when I play with my DM and IDM, that's how I do it.
It's a
In
structural
the first
homebrew,
comment
yeah.
pinned, I acknowledge,
That's
hey,
not how
dumb
that
fuck.
works.
I acknowledge it. Hey, dumb fuck, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
I insulted myself while doing it, and I still got 100 comments of people being like,
I hate that.
"Hey,
I mean,
People
I feel
just
like
wanna-
that's just going to be a universal problem
Yeah.
when you're talking
That's-
about anything on the internet.
Yes.
I don't know if that's
well,
it,
pretty much.
People have their
private conversation.
opinions and they
I
crave
don't
validation.
my thing is not that they do it, is that just highlights that there is this divide of how to interpret the book and how to use
Yeah.
it,
That's
That's
fair.
true.
which is
'Cause
and
it-
D&D is
I-
making their stance obvious on this. That's what
when I
think.
saw like the stuff with Tasha's, a lot of the at first, because it still was one of those things where I was like, man, this book isn't for me. But it's one of those moments where I also realize that this book kind of exists for those people that are
Yeah.
super rules heavy, and it's like,
I
hey DM,
guess.
can I change these ASIs to something else because of my character backstory? And it's like, no, but then it's like, oh, here's an official thing that says I could do this, and that DM is
yeah.
just like, I suppose you
It's
can do
it's
it now.
just like
So I
it's
don't-
like a pass card to play how you want, which
is kind of necessary for some DMs, but I
Yeah.
don't get the idea of like the
Okay.
book not being for you particularly, because like the vast majority of
didn't
it
have
is
a
just
ton in it.
subclasses, new spells, and new magic items.
It
and-
added
and
a lot
new
of
like,
good
a lot of
stuff for the
really
like,
ranger.
That's the
think
majority of the
It-
book.
it
There's
added
one
a-
little- yeah, there's one little addendum at the beginning, and that's the social contract. But that's it. Like that's
Yeah.
one page.
Dude, did you see
Well,
what they do
wasn't
with
a
the
lot of it just
ranger?
like reprinted stuff though?
yeah, they changed up the ranger. They
Uh,
keep
well,
changing
no, they
them.
grabbed
there-
Unearthed
there was
Arcana
some
and polished it.
updated stuff. Like they brought back the Blade Singer, but that was from a book nobody bought.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Was
that's
that
They-
the majority of
Sword
it
those-
was completely new. Yeah.
They gave optional rules to the ranger, which they gave optional rules to everybody. The rangers just
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
they
whole
did fix
rehaul
up
with
the
them.
Yeah,
Ranger.
they also
You
gave
get
optional rules to things.
canny, you get like choose an enemy with a 1d4 damage every day. A lot of good stuff that makes the ranger playable.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I'm just like, I guess that's why I'm confused. Of like, the book wasn't for me. Is it like you didn't like any of the subclasses that were in it? Because that makes sense. Because it really just was another everything book, just like
Yeah.
Xanathar's.
Yeah,
was.
like, pretty
Xanathar's had
much,
some
like-
interesting concepts. Yeah, it did the same thing in different directions. I feel like Xanathar's touched on things that were not really addressed at all in the core books.
Like tools.
Yeah, and then Tasha's touched on everything that was core. I think in my opinion, it's less that I don't like Tasha's, but more that I don't like the fact that it had to be made.
That is fair.
Yeah,
That makes
I
sense,
don't
yeah.
like the people. No, that's I don't like the mentality.
I don't like
Yeah,
those
I just
people.
I hate people who are stupid. No,
I hate
I don't like the mentality. It's just like gatekeeping. It's like restrictive. It's like we shouldn't have to tell gatekeepers that the game is for everyone, but obviously the book does help. I would like it's a full circle like portion that I'm not a big fan
well,
of. But
I think like the Wizards of the Coast might have an idea of where they want to take like future editions and expansions, and they want to butter the audience in and slowly
Yeah.
break away the resistance
Yeah.
of we don't want things to be able to be changed. If someone in the other side of the world is playing the game and the
Yeah.
players can like drink potions as a bonus action, I'm gonna fucking die and have an aneurysm.
that's
Like,
what 5e
that
tried
kind of
to do.
people.
But
Yeah.
the book, like a lot of the stuff for 5e is often very open with the fact that they kind of emphasize this is meant to be very
Yes,
open. And
it's
changeable.
subjective. It's a
Yeah, sure.
game. So yeah, like table rules shouldn't even be a thing. It's just those are the local rules. Like it's a big part of communication. How a lot of people, feel the need to
Well, I
be
feel like it
validated by other
encourages
groups.
table rules.
It does. It should. Yes, Tasha's effectively did that, but I'm saying that like
Well,
playing
no,
D&D.
I mean like 5e as a whole.
yeah, no, it does. But there are still
The
people
thing
who
is,
didn't get that
the-
message.
The thing is, like, I don't think that the people that complain about it are necessarily terrible people. Also,
No,
I just think it's like
they're
they
like a
probably have
forging
a
fire.
few.
They'll
Yeah.
occasionally find something that needs to be addressed, which is good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I think I made a video about this. Like, people get personal experiences. It's like a like a ritual. It's like a tradition that you have with people you know close to you. And when you see someone else grab that tradition in your mind, right,
And
and
change
they
it.
have a different interpretation and change it, it feels like they're grabbing something from yours personal
Yes.
and doing whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
Although it's
But
not
that-
that way, it feels
That's
that
true.
way.
feels-
That's true about
It
so
feels
much.
silly sometimes because it boils down to somebody just being like, "You're not having fun the right way."
No. It is completely
yeah,
silly, but
that's
that's
what
just the
yeah.
mindset that those silly people have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a valid mindset. You just need to get
Silly
to the
little
next
bastard.
level,
You
which
just
is,
have to
and
get
it
over
doesn't
it.
matter.
Yes.
Yeah, you
it
have to
doesn't
get
matter.
over
It doesn't
yourself.
matter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's like someone described it to me as, well, I feel like someone just walked into my house, shut in my rug, and jumped out the window. And I made it in a video because, like, well, I
Don't make
feel
it
like
personal.
they did
What
that
are you
in their
talking
own
about?
house.
Yeah,
They
yes.
should do
Don't
that in
make it
their own
personal.
house.
Don't be like, oh, they did that to me. They didn't. Yeah, they did it
They
for
did-
themselves. It's like,
Yeah.
Would you get angry if someone shits on their own rug in their own house? No. So why the fuck do you
if
mind?
they're my
Why-
neighbor
why
and they
are you-
leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
there,
if they
yeah.
told me about it, I'd be a little upset.
Well, I mean,
Because
you don't
I
need
don't
to.
want it.
Consider-
Well,
Like,
that's the thing.
I'd
it
be
doesn't
You
come
don't
up
need
in
to.
conversation very often.
That's the thing, though. You don't need to like it or enjoy it, but you can't also be like, "That's mine."
Listen,
you're-
bro, I can
It's-
shit on my rug if I want to.
Don't see that happening in
Philosophically,
conversation.
boom, it's your freedom to enjoy whether or not they shit on their
freedom.
own carpet.
You know what? I'm a fucking grown man.
When you tell me you shit on your carpet, it's my choice to like it or not. Shut up. Get out of here.
I think the one thing about Tasha's that is kind of controversial, and I see where people are coming from, and I think that Wizards could have done it a little bit differently, but overall,
Yeah.
I think it was a good idea. Was the
Yeah, I'm just
uh,
upset.
oh, you're bracing yourself.
No,
you know what it is, yeah?
confessing.
The ability to put your ability scores wherever you want. I think
Yeah.
that's amazing. I also think they should give suggestions for people who
Yeah.
still want it,
Yeah.
or who still want them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true about a lot of
'Cause I-
books. Like currently working on the third supplement, where it's an adventure supplement. I want a lot of stuff to be open to players, but there are players who don't feel creative. Like, like we started today. It's a
Well,
matter of I'm out of ideas. Please help me, and the book has to do that. And Tasha's didn't
Something-
do a strong. It was more for people who needed to hear the options. I think.
Yeah.
I
think
feel like it's a
Sorry.
double-edged sword in some stances because I do feel like it's good to have that because there are times where it's like maybe you have a past with a character and it's like, oh, well, it would make more sense if my ASIs were here.
Yeah.
But there's also something nice with the original idea of certain ASIs because it helps you be creative in that matter because it's
Yeah.
by being restricted, it makes you think about this character in a different way.
Well,
But
that's
they
why I
realize
think
your
that
background.
the race,
Okay.
yeah, I think that race shouldn't have ASIs because the creativity that you can have with a character, if the race limits like your physical and mental abilities, that is really it throws away a lot of options players have
you're
for their-
binding to stereotypes. Of,
Yeah.
Oh, dwarves. should
but
be yeah.
it's limiting also for like the character backstory too. So I think classes should have that. Like classes
Yes.
should have 3 ASIs that are like barbarian could be dexterity, strength, and constitution, and you get to pick one of those twice,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
or you can pick the same one, and so you can have an orc
Should be
that has like
class-bound.
no ASIs, just class abilities, and then your background gives you 1 point of ASI, and you have 2 with your race.
They
And
might-
now backgrounds are more important, and they have more of a presence because they're kind of forgotten
interesting.
always.
They might be doing that with the second edition. One note that we're trying to move forward with in the third book that we're working on is we're not really calling them monsters. We're just calling them like species. Because it's just
Creatures.
Oh,
things
that
that
makes
creatures
sense.
are species that are just out there. Some of them are dangerous, some of them aren't. Like nothing is monstrous because a monster is meant to be feared and like is imposing. But a lot of the creatures in the monster manual are there for a reason. Like there's not some abstract, oh, this thing is evil, which means it has evil intentions,
Yeah.
quote unquote, by my definition.
And you can
it's
reserve
dangerous.
monstrosities. You can reserve monstrosity for like creations of wizards that mix together 2 things
the most
by
part, that's what it
magic
is.
without
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Like an
the-
owlbear is created was created by a wizard once, and it's just spread through the world.
Owlbears
It's a
are the
monstrosity.
staple of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
some-
monstrosity because it's like an abomination of like creation.
It's a shift of what is natural. But I think if it's a natural creature, or even if it's a magical creature, that doesn't mean it's a monster. It's just a thing. It's a species. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you can reserve like people calling something a monster wrongly is like because they don't understand it or don't have enough information to know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a monster in the dark. It's
And
not the same as
going
an
back to
owlbear.
Tasha's, I guess I understand a bit more where it's like, if I were to ask all of you without any pretense, just approach you and say, think of anything, That's a lot of pressure to think of
Well, yeah,
anything like right out the gate. So I feel like Tasha's does help people who feel that much pressure on their creativity, or it's like, please just like help me do it or do it for me. And Tasha's is, I feel like, very effective on that.
Doesn't it also have like custom puzzle, not custom, but like pre-made puzzles for you to put into your own games?
That would be
I think
nice.
so.
Those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I never
pre-made
used
traps.
And stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had those too. There's a lot of cool stuff in Tasha's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of useful stuff. Really nice.
No, it's,
I use a lot of Tashas for my Rangers.
And I use like the full range of the books outside of Tasha's, which I probably should consider buying. I haven't yet because it doesn't feel like it's for me. I like expressing creativity and exhausting myself. But I usually pull from all the other books and I put together a template. So like I have a template broken down from monsters ranging from level 30 to like challenge rating 0. And it's like, okay, these are all the things that they can have. Let me pick and choose. And Tasha's does that for people who I guess don't have the energy to put in that amount of work. So I guess that's fair.
Yeah. And like also like Chad is saying, removing like alignments from creatures and monsters and,
Yeah.
and races. And the thing is like alignment should be given more of a statistic.
I don't like
in-
evil as a concept. I said that in my villain video. It's not a
Yeah.
thing. It doesn't exist. Good and evil are not fundamentally real. It's just the amount that you express your selfish nature.
Well, the thing is like depending on like because deities are a thing, and let's
Yeah.
assume
Yeah.
like alignment is based on it's a divine concept.
Yeah.
Then
No,
the god of
absolutely.
war might think that like killing people in war and doing
lawful
horrible
good.
things in war
Yeah.
is lawful good because that's
Absolutely.
what war is all about.
It's
And the
fundamental.
goddess of
It's-
peace is like,
it's-
oh, you hit someone,
You're
evil.
creating life as a result of that war that's waged, or you are bringing honor to a culture, or you're preserving a group of people who are defending themselves. Like there's so many reasons for war. And yeah, so it would make sense that that is seen as good from a positive angle. Even like a lot of the most staple evil characters like Lich or Aboleth, they're not evil, they're just selfish and very assertive. So honestly, if we were to have like a 16 personalities thing for this, that'd be really interesting.
Myers-Briggs alignment
Honestly,
chart.
no, seriously, that's fucking that'd be weird.
This
but
is
it
the
makes
thing,
sense.
right?
But there's-
I think that alignment is indecisive how it's
It is.
implemented right now.
And it changes
You either
all
need
the
to-
time. Your
You just
character is
fucking need
never
to either
yeah.
either fucking get rid of it or give it a reason to exist, like a
Yes.
proper reason to exist.
I feel
Like,
like
oh,
Yeah.
we
They-
added
they-
100 items that are divine in nature, and you need a certain alignment to use,
yeah.
right?
They give a good alternative for alignment in the very beginning, like in your backgrounds, where you're picking your background's ideals, flaws, and bonds. That's
Yeah.
way more, way easier to understand than an incredibly binary. You are chaotic or lawful, good
Yes.
or
Yeah.
evil.
Uh-huh.
I honestly feel like the alignment table works best, like perfectly, when you're looking at actions or decisions. So it's not so much an identity, it is a motion, like a choice that a character makes at a specific time. It's not one that they are forever. So
Yeah.
like you can do something lawful evil, and like the main villain can do something chaotic evil, and that's what sets the game in that's what gets the ball rolling. They don't identify as chaotic evil. They might have been chaotic good and made a mistake that had evil results, but like the motivation behind each choice, I feel like would be
Can I-
interesting.
Can I just throw it out there? This is a bit of a tangent, but the newest adventure for 5e came out very recently called The Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Oh
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've just began running it, so I read through the whole book, and it is the first book that is like actively trying its best to let every encounter be resolved via like role playing
That's
as
cool.
opposed to combat.
That's cool.
The
amazing.
idea is that you can do either. Like you can just fight your way
Yeah,
through
yeah.
everything, or you could not get into a single combat the entire adventure through,
it
which
just
I think is
it's
very
amazing.
interesting.
Undertale
but also,
runs.
yeah, I think is very interesting. But also, it has brought two like schools of thought. The first being, a lot of people are taking, oh, you can go through the entire thing without combat, as meaning combat doesn't exist in the book, which is completely false.
Yeah, that's just
So
wrong.
awesome.
That is factually
Yep,
wrong.
yep.
That's
There's
yeah,
people
fine.
who are being
that's
foolish.
ridiculous.
But the second, and this is the kind of the conversation starter that I bring this up for, is 5e is by and large a combat simulator. Like
Yes,
almost every
absolutely.
ability you get is for fighting a thing. So if you're gonna have an adventure that like predominantly wants you to not fight things, then I think the thing that I want to see
You don't
most
roll
in the-
initiative.
yeah, well, I think the thing I want to see most in the revised 2024 PHB2 thing is for all of the classes to, like the ranger, get a bunch of things that aren't combat based. 'Cause
Yes.
that's the only reason the ranger was
That's
bad, is
fair.
because
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of its shit wasn't combat based in a combat based game. But now we're moving into you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. No.
Well,
It's
that's the
also
thing,
very
right?
odd
The-
to give that to a ranger and not like a bard or
Yeah,
something like
but
that. But
like the basics of 5e or D&D are described, there are 3 specific things that you can do and 3 things that happen in a story. You talk to someone, you go get a thing, and you maybe fight someone, or you have a tense situation or tense interaction. Like
you
there
have an
has to be a
encounter.
dramatic interaction most of the
Well,
time.
the
it is
thing is,
combat
like, there
heavy,
are
but
good
that's one of 3.
examples.
The
There
positive
are good
or neg-
examples
yeah.
in subclasses, like the Glamour Bard has the thing where they can charm the whole crowd by singing for like 10 minutes.
yeah.
I've never seen a Glamour Bard use that ability.
Rarely.
I've had a
You
player.
should-
I've had a
you should
player
ch-
do that.
You should check out my stream with Joe Cat.
All right,
it's
that's where
called-
we're at. No, I'm kidding.
I should. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Belkin a Sucker Hunt. I play a Glamour Bard, and I use that all the time
Oh, you
for
do? Of
combat
course you do.
reasons.
Nice.
That's
the idea is
amazing.
the idea is I walk into a group, I talk for like a minute, and then I charm 3 people, tell them to leave, and so that they don't see the
okay.
violence, and then just
good.
start beating people up.
Amazing.
That's great.
But also, I think that a big thing that should change also is the magic system, at least for wizards in D&D. That would help a lot with the
Yeah.
whole no combat.
It's very stressful with player
Oh.
characters, and I'm like
I
with the
mean-
book that I'm working on, I'm trying to add like non-combat spells or like much more narrative
Well, yeah.
abilities that people can have or situations. It is very painfully like combat heavy, and we try to move away from it. I think the system is capable of holding a narrative game. It just doesn't do it very well right now,
Well, like
which is
'Cause
why
I
City of
feel
Mist
like-
is fun.
because of course a lot of D&D stuff is geared towards combat and fucking depending on how you do shit, people will always like I've had plenty of games where people just get their way out of combat by just being creative, which is always really
Yeah.
fun. But it's I would agree that it would be nicer to get some more like out of combat stuff because there are definitely spells that exist that are a bit more geared towards being used for just avoiding combat. And that's also why like I try not to look at situations as oh, this is a combat thing. It's more like this is an encounter that
Yeah.
you come across.
It's
Like,
a tense,
like
dramatic situation. It's like something needs
exactly.
to change here, and you can be an arbiter of that, not necessarily
also-
killing people. Like if you watch like fucking
Yeah.
One Piece, nobody dies ever. like 2 or 3 people die total. So it's like even if you are fighting, non-lethal damage can still change the enemy. You don't have to put everyone like 6 feet under and have the narrative move forward.
Yeah. There's it's really cool to see that though for the Feywild book
Yeah.
because it makes sense, especially for Fey kind of stuff. This fucking fairy tale land.
Because nobody in the
Where-
Fae wants to die. Like they're all just here to mess with you.
They're all just
all
odd
just
little people.
Yeah.
Jokesters.
Yeah.
It was
Sometimes they
interesting.
want to steal your baby, and
Yeah, just mess with them. Just put their baby with your baby. You know, it's a trade. It's not a theft. But
Yeah.
it was interesting. I know that's if you look up doppelgangers, that's the origin.
yeah.
I actually in 2019 at PAX Unplugged met with someone who worked for Wizards of the Coast, and they were doing so they have a specific job title where you cross-reference like, okay, all the previous editions, what's the lore, and then you look at a current project and you're like, okay, let's make sure this all lines up. And that was their job. And they mentioned offhandedly, like obviously NDA, that we're working on something. It might be Feywild. And so it's interesting to see
that's
that,
cool.
like, 2 years later, you're like, oh, so that's how long it takes.
Awesome. This
yeah,
is where
that was
this
really
went.
cool. Yeah, it was interesting to see. I would love to read the book. I also got the.
It's fun. It definitely has the best collection of NPCs that I've ever seen in any of the pre-made adventures. Most of
that's
them are pretty bog standard, but
you know,
Wild Beyond the Witchlight has really creative ones. My favorite one is a bouncer for the main like two guys. He's like got clown makeup, but then like a big puffy clown suit
That's
and like a
awesome.
wings, and his name is Thacko the Clown. He's a grumpy clown that'll kick your ass.
I love it.
Echo the clown.
Thacko.
You know
Which
what
is a
has
reference to 2E.
the worst?
Yes, it is.
The worst NPCs, is Storm King Thunder.
Oh, I hate
It's
that.
bad.
I hate it
it's
so
the
much.
worst. It's the worst book, guys. If you
It is a
have it,
very-
go burn it.
Yep,
Get rid of
very
that
bad
book.
book, and I didn't realize that until I started running it. Holy shit, it's
Whenever
just
I hear
bad.
somebody play it, they just homebrew the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
That's what but you have to
Visible.
though.
Same thing.
Yeah,
So-
you have to.
Same thing with
It's just like-
the Tiamat book in certain parts. Some
Yes,
people do that.
yeah.
So, yes, I've ran both of them. I'm running Storm
Hmm.
King's Thunder, and I've ran the Tiamat books 4 times.
Ooh.
Tiamat you run because it can get boring in parts, but you don't have to. It's a very linear path, but like if you play it on its own, it's a competent story. Storm King's Thunder, you go through 5 levels, which is the introductory section, and that's competent. You then get the entire Sword Coast North opened up to you, and you're just told, hey, go run around there and like do shit and figure shit out.
Oh, I like that.
And if like they happen to go to a town that the book has on the map,
Mm-hmm.
you go check out what that book has for it, and half the time it's like a single paragraph of descriptive text with nothing to do there.
Yeah.
And so you
well,
just can go
to,
fuck
to
yourself.
be
and you
fair,
have to figure-
Tomb of Annihilation did that with all the mines and the actual dungeons. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of them on the map, and then when you flip to it, it's like, yeah, you have to write those yourself ahead of time. It's like, why the
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
did I
that.
go there then?
Yeah, why do you buy a book at that point?
No, the Sunken Isles, the book that me and my team are working on, it's literally just a linear thing of 20 weeks. And each week you have like 2 optional locations. And as you go down them, like things change as a result. But it always tells you where you can go out of 2 options. So it is like an optional thing. It's a branching paths. And then based on the option you pick, it affects like the next ones in the future. It's not just, hey, go pick that place. I don't know what's there, but it's an option. It's like, that's kind of a fuck you way of writing.
Yeah.
Neat.
Well, it's a DM buys these materials in order to have like an easier time so that they don't have to prepare as much and for the book to just be like, you do it.
Yeah.
I forgot, the biggest slap in the face is if you go to a place in the Sword Coast that a different adventure, like by Storm King's Thunder, had been in. For instance, there's a place called Parnast, and Parnast is on the map. You go to a place called Parnast, you flip to the section that's about Parnast, and it says, Parnast is a town that was featured in the Horde of the Dragon Queen storyline. Please buy
Gotta
that
buy
book
it.
if you want to know
Yeah,
anything
right?
about
never,
Parnast.
never make it. Well, I mean, at least it's not mandatory. That's
It's-
honest. That's fine to me, because like I have Stibble's Codex of Companions, which is a bestiary, so it's nice to throw in some
Yeah.
monsters like occasionally in future books. But you don't make it like the players have to interact with that stat block, like they have to have it.
Yeah.
It's an optional thing.
Kind of, except your players don't know that it's like an
know
optional
ahead of
because it's
time,
just a
yeah.
town. Like they'll go to it regardless because it's a place to go to. And more so, at one point, and I won't spoil too much of the book, but like they go to a very important place, and there's this ghost dude, and this ghost dude is like, "Yo, my dad is a douchebag. Can you go kill him?" And it's the side quest that is your players are very likely to run into. And so if you as the DM flip to this dude's dad and figure out what that quest that they've just been sent on is,
Buy another
it
book.
it explains,
Curse of
oh yeah,
Strahd.
this dude's dad appeared in Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Ugh.
He's a player in that.
That's
Buy that book
mean.
if you want to know more, dumbass.
Well,
It's
time
so
to
stupid.
homebrew.
Yeah.
Worst fucking book.
No.
In,
yeah.
it's embarrassing.
Don't get it. Don't
Yeah.
get it.
Do not
Honestly,
buy
get-
Storm King's Thunder. Don't invest.
There was a
Get Humblewood instead.
oh man.
Yeah,
That's-
I think we're about wrapped up. Mainly just because I have to pee, but the outro's going to say something a little bit different. Does anyone have anything crazy they're working on? Anything you want to say before we go away? Dan looks really super tired.
Yeah, yeah. I woke up really early to work on a sponsor's video that I have coming, so I had to. I had to be working like all morning, but I've been having fun now.
Yeah, no, I had a good time. Thank you guys for joining us.
Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, subscribe to a dance channel, and that's it. Goodbye.
Nobody else. Fuck you.